Okay, so today I'm going to be using English. So if you want to turn on Chinese subtitles, go ahead and press the settings button below and select Chinese subtitles. The reason I first came to Taiwan was actually because of a friend of mine. He had been to Taiwan before, and when he mentioned coming to Taiwan with him, I'll be honest, I actually didn't know very much about Taiwan at all. So at first, it took him quite a while to sell me on the idea of coming to Taiwan. So here are some of the factors that he mentioned when he was pitching the idea of coming to Taiwan. He said, firstly, the people are very friendly. He had lived in Taiwan and he said everyone was really nice and that people would go out of their way to help you if you needed help and that they liked chatting to foreigners. The other thing he said was that the cost of living wasn't too high. He said it was about half the price of Sydney or maybe even less. So he said because the cost of living wasn't so high, you could actually save up quite a bit of money. So the third thing that he sold me on was we were originally considering going to Japan, but my friend told me that Taiwan is much more laid back. So for example, in Japan, when you go to work, often you have to wear a suit and tie. Whereas in Taiwan, it's pretty laid back here in Taiwan, which was one of the main selling points. Now, I'm not saying that all of those factors are true, but that's what my friend told me at first. So you might think that my friend was right, or you might think that he tricked me into coming to Taiwan. But either way, after I came to Taiwan, I found that it was great. I absolutely loved living here, and I found that the people were very friendly. I also liked learning the language. I loved the tones in Chinese. I found it amazing that there were these 4 or 5 tones. That blew my mind at first. That was really cool. But it took me a while to get used to using the tones. And the other thing that I found interesting was the food. So at first, I was a little bit scared to order different types of food. So I'd just go to 7-Eleven every day and I'd choose a rice meal there and ask them to heat it up in the microwave. And so actually I made quite a few friends at 7-Eleven at first, and I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at 7-Eleven. One funny story from the first day that I arrived, actually I think it was the morning after I arrived, I was coming home after going to 7-Eleven and having lunch there, and I was crossing the road, and they had one of those traffic islands in the middle of the road. And I was standing on that traffic island and I wanted to cross over to the other side to where my apartment was. And this guy comes up to me and I was holding my wallet in my hand and he just tried to rip the wallet out of my hand. Fortunately, he wasn't all that strong and he wasn't trying too hard. I just pulled it back and got out of there. So that was okay. But that was an interesting experience my second day in Taiwan. The fact that it was just totally different here, the lifestyle here was just totally different, that for me also was quite appealing because everything, even the architecture and everything was just totally different from where I come from. And I found that really interesting when I was young and I still do. And finally, the other reason that I absolutely loved it when I first came here was because of the convenience. I found it really convenient. Whenever I needed anything, I just went to the 7-Eleven or any of the convenience stores around my place and I could find anything I needed, which was really cool. So if you like our videos, remember to subscribe and press the like button, and I'll see you guys soon.
We feeling up tonight, doing alright. We don't really care what